Hi guys, welcome to The Harvest where we learn, grow, and flourish. My name is Nyeisha and today I'm going to be talking to you about how I became an entrepreneur. I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about how I became an entrepreneur and what steps I took into getting my business started and basically how my first year of business went. I own a cleaning service called Homemade Cleaning, where we provide commercial and residential cleaning services as well as packing services and a few other services as well that involve a little bit of landscaping and outdoor cleaning and things like that. We also make and provide natural cleaning. All natural cleaning products are used in my service. I started my cleaning business in February of 2018. And by April 2018, I was quitting my job. I had tripled my income in about 2 months from cleaning. Now I have a CDO, Class B. I'm a bus driver. I was driving school buses at the time. I've driven motor coaches. I have lots of experience driving, a couple years of driving under my belt as well. But I really wanted my own business. I wanted to work for myself. I wanted to have the freedom to choose my hours and how much money I made and my lifestyle surrounding my family and my life. So what I did was I sat down and I made a list of things that I could do, things that I knew how to do. And basically I looked up services that everybody needs, everybody wants, that nobody wants to do. Things that people do not like doing. And I just thought about it for a while and I said cleaning. People don't like to clean. Nobody likes cleaning. And it's not like, well, everybody doesn't hate cleaning, but nobody likes to have to clean anything. Especially not their homes after they've been working all day, dealing with the kids and dealing with their spouses and animals and pets and whatever. Nobody really wants to have to come home to a dirty house and then clean that house after they've done so much stuff throughout the day already. So I said, okay, I know how to clean. I know how to clean well. I can do cleaning. I went out and I spent about $200 on supplies and started taking cleaning jobs. I sat down, I did a lot of research on what the cleaning companies in my area were charging, so that I would have a competitive rate or a rate that was even lower considering I didn't have any actual references. So I was a little bit cheaper than having one of the larger companies come do your cleaning for them. I started booking clients within 2 or 3 days of posting my first ads for cleaning services. And it may have been just because they were very, very cheap. But it still got me clientele, and actually it landed me clientele, long-term clientele, people that I continue to see throughout the years of me staying in my business. So that was really important. I took some time to just see what other people were offering so that I wouldn't cut myself short. I wanted to know what my competition was and who I was competing against when I stepped into this arena. Now, cleaning is one of those areas that is highly saturated because anybody can go into cleaning and make money. And because of that, it is a little bit harder to make a larger amount of money, especially starting off as an individual person in cleaning, because people are willing to work for cheaper because it's cleaning. But when you spend a lot of time growing your brand and developing your skills in any type of sector that you're in, you become more valuable. I also offer cleaning products that I make at home from all natural ingredients that I use to clean people's homes, and I also sell those products. And that was one of the things that made me different from other cleaning companies in the area. Another thing that I eventually developed going into it, I have a really great floor cleaner. I have a really, really great floor cleaner. I also offer a service where you can have your floors hand washed. A lot of people, especially older people, really like the idea of being able to have someone like really get down there and get into their floors. So these became services that I offered at the time when I was just getting started that became appealing to other people. Like, oh, she also does this. Oh, she also does this. I ended up hiring people to work with me because I was taking on enough jobs to where I could handle hiring people to work with me. And eventually I got a couple teams going where they would work on jobs separately and I would just come through and make sure everything was good. And we worked very well together. And that's really how my first year of business went. I also landed several business contracts with local companies in the area, providing commercial cleaning services for them. And that became a thing where other companies would recommend me for their services because I was doing a great job. It was not super expensive, but it was a good price point for me and the client. And they didn't have to worry about a lot of harsh chemicals when it came down to them receiving their cleaning services. These are all things that have been appealing to my clientele. The thing that really got me interested in wanting to run my own business was the fact that I've always wanted to run my own business, and I hadn't been having any success over the years. I've tried a couple different avenues and they just weren't for me. I had to really find something that I knew that I could do well and under any circumstances. I'm not even the biggest fan of cleaning, but I am good at it, and my clientele really likes what I do and how I do it. So that became a thing. Like, it's not necessarily about, when you want to get started, it's not necessarily about if it's a thing that you love. Now, I suggest anybody who is going to start their own business to go into something that you love, because you'll know you'll put your all into it. And at the time when I started this business, I wanted something that was mine. And because this business was mine, it was my baby, and I wanted to grow and nurture it, I gave it everything that I have. And that's what I continue to do in my business when I'm providing service for my clients. So if you're thinking about starting a business, my number one suggestion is to find something that you love to do, but also find something that people want, people need, people don't like to do, because that's going to be where the money really is. Yes, people like all types of stuff, people want all types of things, but when people are more than willing to pay other people to do things that they don't want to do, and they're willing to pay you a lot to do things for them that they don't want to do. So if you're able to find something that is not only beneficial to you, that you really enjoy doing, and you're able to provide a service that people just don't like to do, you're much more likely to be able to make more money. Another suggestion I'm always going to lean into is making sure you find something that you love to do. If you love doing something, it's not really a job. It's fun. It's exciting. When I do my cleaning jobs with my crew, they have a great time. You can ask anybody that's ever worked with me. Working with me and doing our job the way that we do it has never felt like it's work. And it is work. It's a lot of hard work making sure you take care of somebody else's home. But at the same time, if you're enjoying it, you're going to do a better job. You're going to enjoy your time. You're going to want to come back, and you're making good money. There's no reason for you to feel upset or stressed or worried about it, because you're doing something for yourself that's going to benefit you, and it's something you enjoy doing. One thing that I wish I knew before I started my business was the lack of support that I would receive from the people around me. And whenever I start any new projects at all, I always try to keep this in mind. And whenever I have friends or family that are starting new ventures, I also tell them this as well, because this is something that's really important. You are, most of the time, you are not going to receive the type of support that you feel like you should have from the people around you. And the thing is, that is okay. Most of the time, your targeted audience is not the people around you. And that's perfectly fine. And I'm the type of person that, knowing this, changed the way that I was able to deal with people, because my expectation of you is to support me like I support you. But everybody's not going to do that. A lot of times it takes people to see what you're doing and actually see you have success for them to support you. And I know that's a very sad and messed up way to really look at supporting people that you're supposed to love and take care of, and they're your family. But you really want to put yourself out there to where the places that are going to bring you money come from. All you need to do is make sure that you get started. Get your documents in order to make sure everything is legal with your business, if that's how you're doing it. Make sure you have everything together to make sure that you have a full support within yourself, to have your supplies together, and you get going. The support is going to pour in. It's going to pour in. And it doesn't matter if it pours in from your family and friends, as long as it comes from somewhere, and you'll see support from your clients. You'll see support in the form of money, in the form of callbacks, in the form of requesting you for services or requesting your product. And that's what you really want to care about. Those things. It does not take people long to show you a little bit of support, and a lot of times it's free to share, like, or subscribe to something. Don't focus on that. Focus on you making sure you're providing a quality product or service to your clients, because those are the people that are really going to show you some type of support. They're going to show you support in the form of money. You're starting a business to make money. That's what you really want to focus on. Don't let anybody else's lack of support or negativity dictate how you operate when you're running your business, whatever that may be. You need to stay positive and focused on your goals, because those goals are going to be the things that fund your dreams. Alright guys, I hope you liked this video on how I started my business and became an entrepreneur. And if you did and you'd like to see more content like this, leave a comment below and let me know what types of businesses you're interested in starting, or if you'd like to know more about the ins and outs of getting your things together to get your business started. And I'll do more videos like this. Don't forget to hit the subscription button so that you can get notifications when I upload new and cool content. And I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. And remember to learn, grow, and flourish. Bye guys.